The best way to begin any story, I feel, is to have a large amount of meaningless backstory. And so the backstory you need to know is that I was in high school, and I had a crush on a girl. Her name was Mariana. I had a crush on her for a longer period of time than I care to admit, circa August 1st, 2016. Anyway, um, so, Coach General, I could regale you with all sorts of tales about letters and lockers, about, you know, looking into her eyes or what have you, but the long and the short of it is nothing actually came up of that whatsoever. I graduated in this past June, and that was that. I didn't honestly expect to see her again. I tried to make peace with my emotions, but as was the case for the bulk of that time, wasn't too good dealing with my emotions. I did what you could say was maybe not the best decision, but I tried to ignore them. And yeah, it was bad. But that's no matter. Here I am. I'm in university now. I've matured as an individual, made new friends, learned new things. It's a great time. And then the weekend of November 30th comes around. And, that evening I was going back home to Hamilton to see a play at my old high school because my little sister, Catherine, who attended that high school, was some sort of important figure in the crew, and she had really worked hard on it, and it was about time for me to go home and do laundry anyway. So I was going home that night, but that day was a bit interesting because I didn't really consider it November the 30th. To me, it was more November 29th because the last time I had woken up was about noon on November the 29th because I had a math assignment or something that I didn't actually start until the evening of the 29th. I was up all night doing it. The point of the matter is I hadn't slept for a very long time, and so I was very sleep deprived, which, in case you've never had that kind of experience before, is when you make the absolute best decisions. It's not. That's a lie. But regardless, took the bus down to my aunt's place, my Aunt Trish. She, her Uncle Matt, and me drove down to Hamilton. And thankfully, I did get a bit of sleep. Got about an hour of sleep on the ride back. So we got 1 hour in about 30 some odd. So, good ratio. So, arrive home, we have dinner or something, and we go out to the play. And the play, it was specifically Mamma Mia. It's a good play. I was enjoying it quite a bit. It's a musical, which is definitely a ton of fun when you are debatably lucid. So, Mamma Mia. And looking at the cast list on the program, I noticed a name I hadn't seen before. That I had seen before, actually, that I wasn't expecting to see. It was Mariana, which is the name of my crush in high school. And so I see that name, and she's playing an extra. And so throughout the film, and while I will admit that looking at the extras is the best part of any musical, funny stuff they do, my motives for paying attention to the extras more than the actors was a bit less pure. So, play finishes, and I'm walking around the high school, just kind of, the first floor, just reminiscing about the past, seeing all these people that I didn't recognize because most of the people I knew graduated, but the floor was the same. And so, while I'm walking around admiring the floor, I see Mariana in the hallway, just standing around. There are other people there. They don't matter if they're younger than I am. And I convinced myself that I should talk to her and just kind of express my feelings, that this is something I haven't been dealing with for the past several years, and I should just do it now in one powerful bam and, get the feelings off my chest, which is important. So I go up, talk to her, and what do I say? What amazing thing do I come up with? Nothing. Nothing. Didn't say a damn thing. And that was that. Made some small talk, and I went home. And on the car ride home, in my 1 hour of sleep in just about 10% about what I should have had at that point, I had a realization that you can't deal with these long problems in one fell swoop. You got to keep breaking down at them. This is the kind of thing where you need to deal with the problem over time. You can't run away from it and then come back and hope to fix it. You need to deal with your problems over time. it was an important lesson to learn. Didn't really help for this given scenario, given that I was still kind of a coward, but that's no concern. So about 2 weeks later, I was home again for Christmas break, and I was up walking around the up by the high school, the streets we used to walk down, just looking for closure. Didn't find closure. Found pizza, and I had to pay for that pizza too. So yeah, pizza not as good as closure.